all ages. We're still out here. I don't know if this connection will last, but we've had a pretty good day. We tried to go find some areas to camp later with a little bigger group, but we unfortunately couldn't because it seems that LBL don't spend any money on mowing or bush hogging land. They evidently don't allow any farming on much of the land anymore like they used to. So, Mr. Ronnie Tucker was supposed to have come out to our camp, and I'm not sure he was able to find it. And we missed him. And Dan Ricky's been eating all day, and he's happy. I did hook him up with Kane, and Kane put him through the, what would you call that, Dan? I mean, it was random. We were sitting here talking about Dogman, and I said, man, you need to talk to Kane. He's got some stuff. So I contacted Kane. I'm talking to the live group here. You want to talk to him? She said no. Anyway, so we FaceTimed Kane, and Kane gave a run through of everything he's been doing at his house and all that, and caught Dan up on the man dog. Dan, what did you think about the man dog?
Well, I think I want to quit going out to the woods. Now I'm convinced they're out there, and I just want to stay home and twiddle my thumbs, I guess. That's too scary.
Yeah, I hear you.
I see one of them, I would just run like hell. That's all you can do.
Yeah, they're not very appealing looking creatures if they're for real, and odds are, from what I've seen, they are, but I've not run into anything of it at this point. But I don't know. Sun just set. We just ate. Rodney's over there. He's done, that's what I call cat ass right there, is whenever you turn your back on somebody that's talking. That means you don't want to talk. That's how cats do to people they don't like. They just turn their back on you. But
I tell you, I know one thing we're going to do about these Dogman or Bigfoot. The old tried and true method that me and Vicky always kind of worked on was if you got one coming at you, it's all going to get really bad. What you do is you turn it sideways, arch your back, flush your tail out, and they'll back off.
So that's your plan?
Yep.
Can I video it? Oh, but I don't know. I turned this on. Johnny Gill wanted me to go live from out here, so we went live for Johnny. It's held up now. Anytime we got something going on, it cuts off every 10 seconds. Somebody, Kilroy or somebody, put a comment on that second video I put up last night. Said, what am I watching? It looked like a kindergartner had edited film and stuck it up on YouTube. It'd go from one thing to another. But we were trying to catch where Rodney had 2 heat signatures across over here. I can show you where he had them. Our campfire's there, of course. And we got the water. Right there's the water. I don't know if you can see it. My light, Debbie, shine that spotlight over there. But the other bank is way over there. And we're getting 2 heat signatures from over there. I can't keep up with Debbie. There she is. But that's probably 100 yards, wouldn't you say, Dan?
Yeah, about that.
No, cans, I don't think they were raccoons. I think it was a deer, but it could have been. It could have been a coyote, or 2 coyotes, I mean. But they got over right in that area where that grass is, and all you could see was their head, basically. The smaller one was to the right over there. But
And over there in this
yeah,
grassy area.
that's the last place they were. Well, the eye shine was green, so I don't think it was man dogs or no Sasquatch. So I don't know. Dan didn't get excited, so we didn't get excited. We know whenever he gets excited, it's time to do something. I know as soon as we quit tending to the fire and we all got in our tents and got quiet, we have motion sensors out, and within 5 minutes of us getting in the tent, one of the motion sensors went off, and they hadn't went off at all any during the night. We got them on right now, and they're not sounding off. So something walked through there.
Where's the electromagnetic thing?
It's in,
EMF.
yeah, it's in the back of the Jeep.
No.
We do need to get that and put it back out. But I don't know. That thing was spiking. It would sit there forever with just. This is one of those that just colors, has the colors on it, has about 5 lights on it that generally stays on green for nothing happening. And this one kicked up to red several times just out of the blue. And I know I read Chris's comment about cell signals and radio signals, and that could be it. I don't know. But it didn't constantly do it. What is that? Music. That boat a while ago went back in that cove, so they may be back over in there night fishing or something. They may be at that. They may be at that other spot camping. They may took a boat in there, but uh, we ain't been scared. We ain't had nothing that unnerved us or anything. We just been enjoying some good weather. I mean, we went from 100 plus for 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and it's now in the mid 80s to low 90s. And right now it's probably 72, 73. Pretty nice with a nice little breeze.
Not bad at all.
So it's early. Of course, Debbie's got out the twinkle lights. I don't know what that was. A nut falling out of a tree or something. Rodney's back there hiding from everybody. I try to get Rodney on here to talk, but he won't do it. But it's just me, Dan, Debbie, and Rodney. That is it. See you, Bama. If I miss anybody's comments, I'm sorry. They show up for like 2 seconds on this phone and then they fade out. Last night, about this time, the coyotes started going off everywhere, but there may have been enough traffic today around LBL that they may be a little quiet for now. They may sound off later tonight. Nope, we have not had any rocks thrown at us or anything like that. I mean, we're right on the side of the water. We got a lot of fish jumping and splashing around, so they could have thrown stuff in the water and we don't know it, but I generally think everything's fish related. We do have some chance of rain moving in tonight about 3 in the morning, and we will probably wake up and pack up and leave. I know Rodney, he's got some horses to go run at a track or something. I don't know. I think he can beat them, but I ain't sure. He's been eating light this weekend, so. Oh, man. What else you want to talk about, Dan? You got any stories you want to share?
Oh,
You
No,
don't have an LBL story you want to share?
no. I guess.
What's the scariest you've been here at LBL?
Oh, I'll be truthful. I ain't never been scared here.
That's because you're Dan the man.
No, it's because I realistically realized there was nothing that get me.
Yeah.
And if I ever see one and coming through them lights over there, I'm gonna go up that tree right there.
I thought he was going to say a thunderstorm.
Yeah. If any of y'all haven't, look up Martin Grove, right, Debbie?
Yeah,
Martin Grove on YouTube or Facebook.
has an S on the end. Grove.
Groves, my bad. But look up his encounter story here at Land Between the Lakes. It's one that would I probably wouldn't come back if that crap happened to me.
It's
But
on American Werewolf.
yeah, it is on Prime. It's on American Werewolves by Small Town Monsters. Seth Bread. Yeah, Seth. There you go.
That's
That's Breedlove.
Breedlove.
See, this is
Breedlove.
illegal.
They do.
But hopefully, at the Dogman conference this past weekend, they filmed it, and hopefully they can watch that
Yeah,
because he gave a lot more details
yeah, he
when
did.
he was at the conference than what's given on American Werewolf.
Yeah. We no, we ain't talked about going to that conference, but I thought it was a good conference. It was full. They had some great speakers there, and the food was good. Josh Turner brought a whole barbecue catering up from Texas,
Yeah,
and us people around here, we're used to eating barbecue pork. They do barbecue beef, and it was good. So he did. It was a real good conference. Him and Ken Gerhard put it on, and the speakers were Jody Cook and Barton Nunley, which used to be in a band with this man back here. He keeps calling him Barton. I'm like, who are you talking about? But
he said Barton.
yeah, but Lyle Blackburn and Ken Gerhard, as I said,
Tina Moss and
Bettina
Valente,
Moss,
Valente, I think is how you say his last name.
yeah,
They had a panel that evening.
D.A. Roberts,
D.A. Robert.
and
See a lot of people.
yeah, it was fun.
It was
I'm not
packed.
I'm not a conference person, but whenever it's local like that, I like it just to go, meet the people that are there as much as listen to the stories and stuff. But there were some really good stories there.
Yeah, that one by Martin Groves especially just
Yeah,
blew everybody away. Everybody was completely silent while he was telling his story.
yep. For those that don't know Martin Groves, he was a sheriff's deputy in Robertson County, Tennessee for, I think at the time he had the encounter, he had been working for 20 years. I believe he finished his career, but I forget how long he actually worked. But it's a great encounter story, so look it up. And hopefully that won't happen to Dan tonight.
No, you gotta get to where. I wish something would bad happen. I mean,
Hey, come
I'm
on
being
now.
scared.
Don't say something bad.
Don't,
Say
yeah,
something
don't say
exciting.
something
Yeah,
bad.
exciting's a better word.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there it is.
Uh, I tell you what, Dan has made me pucker up more than anybody I've been out with. Because Dan will be looking through night vision or looking through with a spotlight or something, and something will reflect back like in bright eyes or something. What is that? What am I looking at? And I'll just pucker up because the way he delivers it. And then I'll look and go, oh gosh, that's just a bright eye. Come on.
Well, you gotta see one of them things in person, and then you get a little bit of different attitude. Hey, they're out there. They really is, and they're kind of scary looking.
Yeah, that would help a whole lot. I guarantee it. Margaret Terrebonne said she didn't see nothing when Martin Groves on YouTube. What would it have been on? He does have a Facebook page.
Mr. Bowie.
Uh, if you have Facebook, look him up on Facebook. I think he'll have a link to some of his stories, but I'm not sure.
Well, if he was on American Werewolf, I mean, they probably didn't. That wasn't him exclusively on there. That's just one of the guys probably telling
Yeah,
the story.
yeah, that's right. They did a lot of people on that show. Yeah, Joe, I don't understand what's going on with the phone. I don't. But today it's holding up, but I'm not up walking around either. I'm sitting down closer to the water, and it may be the clouds coming in for the storms later, but I don't know. So far it's working, but if we have something happen, probably won't work long. We'll see. I don't know. Last night the weird moon, everybody was looking and they thought trees were on fire because of the orange looking moon. All right. Well, I've took up 16 minutes of y'all's life, and Dan ain't gonna tell me a story. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Somebody's bound to have something. Yeah, Charles, it is really dark. The campfire's right there, and it ain't putting out much light. But that's all right. It's warm enough. That's just for what they call aesthetics. Shh. We don't want them to know I'm fishing.
It was bait for the Bigfoot. That's what it is.
No, Kathy, we're not going to bed. We stayed up last night till 4 in the morning. That right there is a fishing boat.
I stayed up till 6:15.
Yeah, Debbie stayed up longer than me. She
Last
crazy.
time I looked at that clock, it was 6:15. It was already getting daylight.
Debbie is a trooper.
Last night I caught one catfish and missed 34.
I just couldn't determine what it was. You could hear stuff, walking.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was walking, but it was hard to determine anything. Oh, I didn't know you were videoing me.
Well, you're talking about it.
But there was constantly some sort of noise out here all night long, off and on. And then, of course, fish flopping out there in the water.
Yeah.
But that's why I stayed up so long. And then once it finally got to be getting daylight, is when I finally went to sleep. And it was a little after 6:15. I know when I went to sleep. But I bet I'd go to sleep pretty quick tonight, unless something good happens. Hopefully something good will happen to where I won't fall asleep. But otherwise, I'm going to be out.
Cans, Rodney dropped a brat, and I have a part of a brat on one. And Rodney keeps smashing these little small frogs, and I got a frog on. They have been hitting the frogs more than they have the anything else. Why do you want to kill God's animal? That's what I want to know.
You wanting to poke him in the butt
I, don't say that on a live video.
with a hook? I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mosquito just flew up my nose.
That's not good. Joe Parker wants you to tell a story about you wild women out in the woods and a crazy man showing up.
Well, he would be the crazy man.
He didn't say crazy.
Oh.
Frog legs, Jedi Squatch. They ain't big enough to eat. Dan said he wasn't eating them anyway. He had other stuff to eat. I keep babbling, hoping something will happen somewhere, but I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be quiet till I lay down and start snoring. We probably ought to record somebody snoring and just start playing it and try to quit talking. But
Well, we've got less lights tonight, so maybe that might entice them to come in a little bit more.
it's still early. It's not even 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
It's early.
we got a long time to go. It's a jet. We have not heard any howls at all tonight, coyote or otherwise. We've not heard any owls tonight so far,
Maybe that's a good
till I
sign.
just said that, and then one went off.
You're hearing that jet.
You sure?
Yeah.
Just like a tale from Indian story.
Yeah.
Or we could get up and do an Indian dance around the fire.
Yeah.
We wouldn't
That
see
would be
it.
good. Either way
It's
we
so
do it.
dark out here.
God, it's put down my back.
Dan, we got some leftover mayflies that keep flying, and Dan don't like flies and moss and all that.
I don't either.
Rodney loves them. He just sits there like, what's his name? The Ace Ventura, the pet detective, with his arms up and just gets covered by mayflies. He loves it. You gonna tell what kind of Indian story you got to tell?
I guess I could talk about Martha.
Well, don't talk bad about Martha.
No, I love her.
You just never do that.
She's my kinfolk. I adopted her. It's a long story, so I don't know if you'd be on there another 30 minutes.
I think the people would love to hear it. Go ahead.
Oh my God. CJ was my partner out there in Oklahoma. He had met, well, he knew this girl that her name was Martha from when she was even in high school. And as they got older, they kind of got separated, and then they got back together. About the time me and him was out researching Bigfoot, and he says, "You got to listen to her. You got to, my gosh, man." He says, "She's got some stories I can't believe." And anyway, I talked to her that one time, and there's just some of the things that she would do or say that, well, the little one, or he's smaller, he's not full grown, he's only about 6 foot tall. And he comes up there and he scratches on my window and says, "Martha." And, stories like that, I'm going like, yeah, right, I mean, this is getting a little bit deep here. And then she was telling me about the time she was babysitting a baby out there, and her two little daughters, not her daughters, some two young girls was out there watching the baby. Well, the two girls came in the house, and all of a sudden she said, "Well, where's the baby?" And she said, "He's outside." And so, oh my God, she goes out there, and I'll be danged if that one that she called, I think it was Charlie, I can't remember. He was only about 6 foot tall, and the, he had come up and had got in the cub, or the, what do they call them, bassinet or the stroller, and it had picked the baby up and was holding it. And she was, "Oh my God!" She went and grabbed the baby away from him and popped him. And he went, like it hurt his feelings. And it just, stories like that, I mean, I could go on and on all night long, but I don't think we have that kind of time for that.
Yeah, we do. We got all night.
Yeah. She had some of the natives out there, and it's probably true. Every 100 years or so, there's a woman in the tribe that will have a special connection with these creatures. And anyway, when she was a little girl, her mom had let her go live with her grandparents. And they were out in the country, and they didn't have an inside bathroom, I don't guess, and they had an outhouse. And she got up one night, and her grandfather and his friends, I guess they were playing cards in the kitchen. And she went out to the outhouse, and when she come back in, she brought her friend with her. He ducked under the door and come into the kitchen area, and her grandfather, oh my God, there's the monster, and it's coming with her, and she's got him. I don't know if she was holding him by the hand or what, but They jumped up and grabbed her. When they jerked her away from him, they pulled her arm out of its socket there, and they had to build a special bedroom, I guess, with walls in there to keep her from getting out at night, so she wouldn't go out there and they'd go with the hairy men, as they called them out there. As they're called babus, and they're just common. I mean, that area of Oklahoma is there. It ain't so much the white people that see them. And of course, there's a lot of them that do, but mainly the Indians believe in them, and they respect them, and they don't really ever give any trouble that I know of. No one shoots at them or hunts them or anything, and they kind of a coexistence that's kind of mellow. Um, it was quite an experience for me. I'm just an old flyboy that this is way too much for me. I got to think, well, I need to tell some people about this, and it might help some other people more or less, understand these creatures. I think they can be really, really bad if they want to, but they can also be really, really good. But, there's some stories of, they found there to the school there in Anadarko, the Indian school out there. They did find my other partner up at the Indian reservation in El Reno, that she said that they had found a boy that had disappeared, and they found him in the river that was just right next to the school area, and he had been tore up pretty good, and they found him floating in the water, and they thought maybe the Bigfoot got him. And that area right in there is really noted for heavy traffic of Bigfoot. We've gotten a few pictures, and my friend Kurt Mosier, he's gotten some photos of it, and yeah, they're out there. What was that?
That's Debbie talking on the phone, louder than you're talking.
Wow. But, you gotta jump it. What was that? Is that the creature? But anyway, there's so many stories of things that goes on out there that we ain't got time. We'll be here all night long.
Hey, guess what? We got all night long.
Oh, no, it will run your battery down. Good gosh.
Well,
more for later, maybe.
How much later?
Time. Maybe I'll get on the
Tonight show.
Night show, and I'll try to compile all these stories, because Vicky's going to have to help me. I'm getting old, and I don't remember a lot of stuff now.
That's how I am.
She's got the details better than I do.
If any of y'all have any questions about what we've been doing, what's happened, what Dan just talked about, ask them, and I'll try to answer them before they disappear. But I know some of y'all said that you were unable to find the story on Martin Groves at LBL. I know he's got a Facebook page. I don't know if there's any link there, but he shares the story on Prime on American Werewolves documentary by Seth Breedlove, Small Town Monsters. It's there, but we saw it live at the Paris Dogman conference here last week, and it was, man, earth shattering to me anyway, because I'm a hunter, and this dude was here hunting like he said he'd done for 20 years and never had anything happen. And this day just shook his whole world up. No, Charles, he was not a truck driver. Somebody said you had better stories than 90% of the guys, Dan. And that's the absolute fact. We just can't get him to tell them.
I'm an airplane pilot. first and foremost.
Yeah, Dan was a crop duster in Oklahoma. He used to try to dive bomb boogers.
It was got us some advantages. You know, I mean, hey, I heard that this family over here, a mile south of town, had an encounter. I'd fly over there and I could. Oh boy, I'm gonna see one. No, I never did.
Yeah.
But we're burning 40, 50 gallons an hour of Jet A fuel, so I couldn't do a heck of a lot of it. They're there. That Oklahoma is just, it's amazing. There's so many stories out there that I'm surprised they just haven't got one.
Yeah. Cans, he was hunting on the Tennessee side of LBL. It was on the west side, I believe. Ooh, would have rode with Dan. Oh yeah, I would have rode with Dan. I'd have probably had to change my britches every time we landed, but I'd have rode with him. Tell him about that story that time that your windshield got covered up. it's, it's not a funny story, but it is a funny story.
Well, you have to improvise, you know, and keep your cool. Don't panic. We had loaded up there the airplane with some this chemical that I can't remember what it was, but when it hits on something, it turns white and it dries real quick. I'd launched off the airport. I was headed out the south to go to a field, and when I throwed the power to it, it slush gushed out around that seal on the top of the hopper, and it blew all over the windshield. And I'm going like, okay. So I lifted off, and I thought, well, how am I going to see to spray this field? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I can't even come back and land. I can't even see the ground. I can look out the side windows and see everything, but I mean, how you going to land an airplane looking down here? And anyway, I looked. I'm always normally had something laying in the floorboards, like a piece of paper towel or something like to wipe the windshield. I have a little door on the side I could stick my arm to and get it out there. And I tried to rub it in my hand, and all big old swats of messed up windshield, and I just didn't know what to do. I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I was wearing a little jacket, and I thought, wait a minute. I got my pocket knife out, and I went there and I cut the lining loose, and I pulled and I ripped it out of there. And I said, wait a minute. No, I ain't going to work. I need some water. I need something. I'm sitting. Wait a minute. Scooched back, and I unzipped my pants, and I peed on it. Stuck it out there, and I could see, oh my God, I ain't going to die today after all. Oh, it was fun. I've had a hell of a life.
That Dan's a survivalist.
Woo!
He overcame adversity on that one. That ain't a good deal to be flying a plane, not be able to see where you're going.
You know, it's just like if you got come at you, don't panic and run. And, oh my God, I'm going to die. No, you got to think this thing out. You know, it's just, best thing you do is, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, golly.
Well, we've been on here for 34 minutes and I ain't heard a peep out of nobody. So, I don't know. I guess I'm going to end this stream. And if we have something magnificent happen, then we may come back on here. If not, I'll put a summary of our trip on Beast tomorrow at some point. And we will survive, won't we, Dan?
Yeah. You know, kind of a passing thought is the most dangerous creature I ever met in my life is a female. They'll kill you.
Are you talking about a human female? They'll say that about a human male also.
Yeah. Oh, they're all pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, normally it ain't the creatures in the woods that are bad, it's us. Drew says can't hear very well whoever's talking. I don't know. I may have my fat hand over the mic, but I'm trying to hold it between me. So I don't know. Anyway, we're going to log off here and see if anything happens and try to get this little dinky fire stoked back up and attract some more mayflies. All right, folks, it held up a lot better tonight, so we will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good night and a good rest of the weekend. Be careful, whatever you're doing, and have fun.
Don't take it serious.
Yeah, don't take it too serious. Just go out and enjoy it, and maybe you'll stumble across the answer to the whole riddle. All right, y'all have a good night.